Today, we're talking about something that's going to change the way you mix. Actually, it's going to change the way everyone mixes. Let's talk about it. All right, so in this video, we're talking about something that was just announced literally today at AES conference. It's the Transform Engine from Fourier Audio. Now, just a quick disclaimer, we are not involved with Fourier Audio in any way. They're not sponsoring this or anything like that. I'm just very excited about this technology, and I wanted to share it with you as soon as it was released. So let's jump into it. Now, as you can see right here, the whole point of this is you can run any VST3 plugin live. This is an absolute game changer for anyone in live sound. You're probably familiar with plugins, and it's probably through Waves and their Super Rack application. So Super Rack is great. It can let you run all these Waves plugins live. They've got their SoundGrid network that interfaces everything with different consoles. Now, there's one limitation, and that is that it only works with Waves plugins. I know it's been a tension point for myself and a lot of other engineers. We've been kind of hoping that Waves would open up the platform, let other companies engineer plugins for the platform so they could run third-party plugins from within Super Rack, but that hasn't happened, unfortunately. And in steps Fourier Audio, just changing the game. So what they've done is essentially taken that model and opened it up so you can run anything you want live. So let's learn a little bit more about what this thing is and how it's going to work. So scrolling down here, obviously their whole point is to run any plugin live. This is huge. VST3 is a very robust and well-known plugin platform, and literally any plugin you can imagine is pretty much available in VST3 format. So this is the very best studio-grade processing on a robust platform that's specifically designed for the complexities of live production. So this isn't like some studio product that's been ported over to the live world. This is a dedicated platform for live production. Now, if you've worked with Waves for any amount of time, you've also probably had it crash. And that's, reliability is huge in the live sound industry, and particularly in the church world. We can't just, have something go down in the middle of service. So they're engineering this with reliability at its heart, or so they claim. We're going to see. We're going to put this to the test. So they're saying it's a rock-solid plugin sandbox. Should a plugin crash, the rest of the system will not only be unaffected, but the Transform Engine will restart the plugin before you realize it failed. That's a pretty huge claim. That's definitely something that Waves cannot do. It has never done. A lot of times with Waves, if you're running a show and a plugin goes down, it will affect the rest of the system. It'll start lagging and potentially just completely crash. So if they can do what this claims to do and have it kind of processed in a more individual way so that if one channel goes down, it's just going to restart that and just not interrupt anything with the rest of the platform, that's incredible. Like, that's right there is a game changer for reliability. Now, this next part is super interesting. So you can see they've got the Quantum 338 over here. The reason for that is because Fourier Audio was recently purchased by Digico, and that's a big deal. So before there's an independent company developing these products, and now they're owned by Digico, which I actually think is really great. So I run a Digico console a lot of times. I love Digico, love the platform, and I love their experience in the live sound world. I trust them that, like, if something has got kind of the Digico stamp of approval, it's going to work, it's going to be reliable, it's not going to break on me, it's going to be a platform that's supported well into the future. So I'm really excited that they've got the backing of a larger company like that, and it's not just some like random little company that's trying to, change the world out here. So they're saying that this is designed to be integrated directly into live audio workflows. It's going to deliver control of plugins directly under the fingers of engineers, beginning with Digico, which obviously makes sense. I will say I know there have been a couple beta testers like Mark Carolyn from Muse, who's running an Avid S6L system. And so obviously it's working with more than Digico. I believe their intent here is to make it work with any platform, but it does look like Digico might get some of this controllability first. Now, the need for speed. This is obviously so important in the live sound world. So they're saying it's been tuned to deliver the lowest latency solution on the market for hosting VST3 plugins. Now, I am slightly skeptical on this. My only problem with this is the wording of this solution on the market. Well, there really aren't any other solutions right now on the market. So yeah, it's easy to claim you've got the lowest latency on the market when you're the only one in the market. The next closest thing might be something like Plugin Doctor from AudioStorm. And but that's like a natively hosted application. It doesn't have a server with it. And it's not a very fast way to do that. So yeah, it makes sense that they'd be the fastest right now when there's no one competing with them. But I do believe they've got something really good and really fast. So we'll kind of put that to the test and see how it does. Now, they're saying get going in seconds, designed as a turnkey solution for plugin hosting. They're saying it can be easily controlled from a remote macOS client application. So if you're familiar with Wave's SoundGrid Super Rack, it's a little bit complicated. There's a lot of networking involved. There's like network switches you got to go through. And there's, a separate like server and a application on a computer. It has to be networked together and then connect that to your console. It's a bit much. So with this, they're claiming that it's a little bit more all-in-one. You just need a computer running Mac, or I did confirm also Windows, client application. So that's how you're going to control everything. So it theoretically should be simpler. We'll see. And last but not least, it's built to be toured. This is a big one. It is designed and manufactured in the UK. That's where Digico is based, and that's where Fourier Audio is based. So if it's got the Digico name on it and the backing of Digico, I trust this to be reliably built and that it will be touring great. Thoughts from beta testers. We've got Mark Carolyn from Muse, who is a guy that I really love his mixes. Saw Muse back in high school for the first time. It really made me want to get into live sound because the mix was so awesome. So he's been using this on Muse's Will of the People tour, which I actually did go to see, and it sounded amazing. So the fact that he's using it, Tony Smith from Coldplay is using it. So that's really telling me a lot about how robust and reliable this system is going to be, that some dudes like this are already using it.